Hello, friends from the comic and manga world. My name is Hector,
And my name is G.
and we're here to talk to you about our picks for this upcoming FOC February 13th, 2023. Now, for those of you who don't know, G and I work for Penguin Random House, and we manage sales into the direct comic retail market. And so the comics and mangas and titles that we talk about in these videos are from the publishers that we are able to distribute into that market. Also, I want to mention that aside from this YouTube channel where you're viewing this video, we are on other social media channels. We are on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram under at PRH International Comics. We'll leave links in the description for you to follow, and we drop in a lot of news and new covers and things like that, fun stuff in there. So please follow us and feel free to comment and let us know if there's anything you want to see in our channels.
Mhm.
So let's get started with our picks.
Oh, this is actually my pick, but it might as well be
Yes.
both of our picks. This is Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 4. This is the 1 and 25 Stegman variant. And I mean,
Yeah.
this is what you want on a cover.
Yeah.
I love when food involves isn't always involved. Because
Mhm.
I love food, it's relatable. Like clearly, Miles Morales has done some butt kicking in the
Yeah.
background, and is satisfying his victory under the arch of will not name fast food chain, under
Yeah.
the golden arches, and having a burger and a soda. I love it.
Yeah.
24
It
hours. Great.
it reminds me of I don't know if it's based on a comic book cover. It's an homage, but I know on the first Deadpool that I had seen on a don no, sorry, it wasn't Deadpool. It was Iron Man in Iron Man 1 or 2, one of the Iron Man, and he was having a donut and a giant donut on a donut place. So I don't know if it's like it came from another cover, but yeah, I've seen this before. A superhero on a on a sign eating food. The thing they should make it
Mhm.
a thing. They should make it like a whole series of superheroes
Yeah,
eating
yeah.
food, like on different weird places. It doesn't have to be on a sign necessarily, but like we also there's a lot out there now
There's
that I
a
think
lot of
about
them
it.
out there
Oh,
actually when
think
you
about it.
think about
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
superheroes
Like
like
I
on
think
top
there was
of
a
roofs
yeah, there was
and
AAPI covers that I remember of like
yeah,
rooftop barbecues.
yep, yep,
Like that was like really cool. I obviously
yes.
got those covers back
Yeah.
then. So
And we
I like
always,
this.
I know you also bring them up when, there's a lot in manga. There's a whole lot of
Whole lot,
food
yeah, yeah.
but I know you definitely gravitate towards those. Like you really love covers with food, people eating food in them,
Mhm.
especially if it's in a fun way like this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Moving on.
Next is one of my picks, and we always talk about how much we love Peach Momoko, and there was a lot of Peach Momoko this week, and so I have actually two. This is one of them, and this is such an amazing, and it's also this week. It kind of shows her range of how much she does, even though it's within her style. This is very much of Momoko. You can see how sort of the blended watercolor type colors are in here, but also such a powerful image of Captain Marvel. Sorry, did I mention this is Captain Marvel 47? The Momoko Infinity Saga Phase 3 variant. I should have mentioned that first. But this is such a great cover and such a great image. Obviously, it's an homage to Captain Marvel, the movie, in part that was part of the Infinity Saga Phase 3. There's not much else to say. Just look at it and just admire it, of course. That's it.
Mm. Next up, I guess we're on a trend of including second printings, and this one
Yeah.
I had to include. The Scarlet Witch issue number 2. This is the Sarah Pacelli second printing variant. Um, I am super excited, especially for this cover, because we have Viv on the cover, the synthesoid daughter of both Vision and Wanda. And I just like this character a lot. And I was like, I haven't read issue number 1 yet, but now that I
This
know,
this is kind of spoiling the last page
oh,
of
yeah,
issue
sorry
number one,
everyone.
just so you know.
I didn't know. I didn't
This
know
is
that
this is
like she
right
would show
off, I
up.
think, of the page, the last page of the first issue. But it's such a
Yeah,
great image. You're right. It's
it's
amazing.
great. I love this entrance. I want to read to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah.
So this
Hmm.
actually made me want to not that I wasn't, because I did get issue number 1, I just haven't gotten to it. But
Yeah.
I'm like, now I need to really catch up on it. So
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
so this is cool.
Awesome. Next up, I promised you there was another Momoko on this list, and here it is. This is Hulk 13, the Momoko variant. This is a 1 in 25. This is again, like I was saying before, within the same Momoko verse style. It's her style, but it's also very different feel to it than the other cover for Captain Marvel. This is, we have Hulk in the with the visor, which is sort of like the spaceship Hulk, which we've seen in the run by Don Cates, and then he's floating in space, catching a star, and there's a floating girl that we assume that is Peach because she has drawn herself in some other covers. I know there's a Spider-Man, and there was another Hulk. Uh, for Hulk one of this run, she did a cover, this very beautiful, of Hulk and a girl like this, sort of reaching up to the sky on the ground, reaching out and grabbing a star. So I think this is, kind of a follow up to that. It's very beautiful. I it always amazed me, what she does with the colors, but I mean, here, look at the sky. It's different shades of blackness. It's space black, and it's still she manages to do something very distinct with it, and the stars, and they're different sizes and shining in different ways. It's just such an amazing piece of art, of course.
Mhm. I like with the other covers that she did for Hulk. It's almost
Hmm.
like, like when you go to art museum and they have the series, it's almost
Yeah,
like this is part of a series, like a
part of the
collective
series.
series, because it's like, I don't want to say similar because she does things differently, but it's like around a similar theme, and
uh
it would be lovely to see them together. If you happen to collect
yes,
all of them,
yeah,
yeah.
put them next to each other for sure.
Right, and my pick is an incredibly cute one. Had to always include covers with Scotty Young. So this is Hellcat issue number 1 variant, and it's just cute. That's
Yeah,
why I like it. Hellcat chasing after a yarn ball like a cat
yeah.
would. Um, so I just like it for that reason.
Yeah.
And it looks like she's very happy to get it too,
Yeah.
like ecstatic that she reached her goal.
Yeah, and Scotty Young is another one that's been doing a lot of different things with, within his style. This is a very classic Scotty Young.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like you look at it, and not just because of the art, obviously, you look at the art and the style of the character, and Scotty Young, but also, this funny, funny image in itself and what it is. It's a very Scotty Young. It's his
Mhm,
humor, it's his style of humor, which is great.
mhm.
And next up, I actually, this week I couldn't choose between two of the Star Wars Yoda covers. I love them all, but I did have to pick at least two instead of just one. We're going to start with Star Wars Yoda 5 Messina variant, and this is such a beautiful the tree, I forget what they call these three, which is in the, in Coruscant, and Joda sort of after meditating, maybe like leaving the tree behind, and it's very tranquil and peaceful, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of art too. And I love how the tree seems so huge next to the tiny, tiny Joda. It looks very, very good. And
Mhm.
then on the next slide, we have another Star Wars Joda, and I had to pick this one for so many reasons. First of all, is by David Lopez, which I'm a big fan. It's a one. This is a 1 in 25, by the way, and also There's a lot going on in this one. Uh, Obviously, there's Yoda. There's a Wookiee, and the Wookiee is holding a baby Yoda. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. I don't see ears on it, but we don't know. There's a lot we don't know about the Yoda's species. I'm definitely gonna have to read this to see if it has to do with the story. Uh, the other thing to mention, I think I'm not 100% sure, but this could be Tarful, this Wookiee, which is one of the characters that actually the Wookiee characters that have been named in the Star Wars universe. And it's been known to be a friend of Yoda throughout the stories. But aside from all that content in it that that has to do with story and all that is included, it's a very beautiful cover with leaves falling as they're sort of protecting. You can tell they're just like protecting this newborn. So it's very, very beautiful, and so many details: the leaves, the background, the sort of glare in the back, the flowers in the front, the rocks. Everything is just so many cool details in here. So,
Even like someone
oh,
like me. Oh, go ahead.
uh-huh. Go ahead. You go first, and I'm gonna mention something after. Yes, go ahead.
I was gonna mention, like, if you didn't already know, Hector's
Yeah.
like the Star Wars person here. I am not. But these covers intrigued me. But even like someone like me who's not really aware of what's the context of this, the way that the Wookiee is positioned with one
Yeah.
knee down, like make like that posture in itself, it's revering the baby that's in its arms. So you could tell that
Yeah.
there's a level of importance based on the posture that's
It's
being
almost a Lion King kind of. I mean, they're not lifting it up, but it's that kind of
but
reverence
like
of the Lion
yeah,
King
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm,
sort of reverence to the baby kind of thing.
mhm.
The one thing I want to mention, because my eyes are not very good right now, and I'm not gonna put my eyeglasses on, but can you confirm that it says Love Rocks underneath and right next to David Lopez signature?
No, it's Luke Ross.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, what does it say Love Rocks? Oh, Luke Ross.
Mhm,
So it's
yeah,
David Lopez and Luke Ross on this cover,
mhm.
which is great to know too.
That's David Lopez after Luke Ross. Is this
Oh,
like
after
the
Luke Ross.
yeah.
Okay. Well, it would have been kind of interesting too if he loved rocks, because I always, could be something
Yeah,
interesting to know about David
that'd be
Lopez. Maybe he
cool.
does love
I would be
rocks.
laughing. That would be a great addition here.
Like, why would he confess that he loves rocks on the
Love
cover?
rocks.
But, you know, uh, thank you for clarifying that. And, I know I should probably wear my glasses when we're
This
doing
is like
these.
kind of off topic, but like
Yeah.
it's very amusing to me how there is rock communities out there, like rock enthusiasts.
I know there is. Yeah, yeah, no, I know.
And like
And
I
there's
love
this,
it. I love
we're
seeing
not going to
their
get into it, but
enthusiasm.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Anyways,
Okay.
and that's all my picks. And now we're gonna
Uh-huh.
go. We always at the end of these videos we talk about some news that came out recently, and we have license acquisitions from Seven Seas. So, T, can you walk us through?
Yeah, so there's four titles that I do want to go over pretty quickly because I think they're cool and something that you should
Yes.
keep your eye out on. The first one is Summer Ghost. We'll have the light novel as well as the manga omnibus coming out. Now, Summer Ghost is based off of this animated short film, and it's about like three high schoolers who like go through a supernatural coming of age type of story. The manga itself is 2 volumes, but the omnibus that is coming out would be essentially like a 2-in-1 physical English edition. So this is cool. A little bit about the premise. There's an urban legend that claims that a ghost of a young woman will appear if you set up fireworks at a certain abandoned airport. So, like, we have these high schoolers who are like, "Oh, we want to try it out." They're like really interested in like meeting this ghost, but then things take a turn, and they're at a boundary of life and death, and you got to find out more by reading through this. Now, also, we have modern dungeon capture starting with Broken Skills. So both the light novel and the manga series would be coming out here. And this one is the premise is, we all wish with like a dead end job for like something to come and like swallow the workplace, like to
Yeah,
like let's destroy the like I just wish that something, that's what the main protagonist is thinking about. But that exactly happens in this case where like monster infested dungeons have started like appearing all over the world. He's saved by his collapsing like office building by a swordswoman and a pixie who you'll see on the front cover here. By the way, these covers are not official final covers. These are
of
just
course.
like temporary covers that I put in here so that you could see a little bit about what these characters look like. But these are not official. So he's saved by the swordswoman and the pixie. He picks up an item that like gives him like overpowered skills comparatively to other people. So he's very sought after and high demand because of this. So this is the type of I love these kind of stories. So this is something that I'm very curious in looking out
Yeah.
for.
Well,
On the
I'm
next,
gonna be into it because
oh
it's like a sort of that kind of thing, fantasy isekai kind of
yeah.
thing. So
Mhm.
definitely up my alley. Mhm.
And the
And then
next up,
next,
oh, these two are definitely, like, definitely.
yeah,
So right here we have Anyhow, the rabbit is infatuated with the puppy. That title alone,
I know the
the
title alone.
manga.
Yep.
And this one is a sweet, mature rated BL romance, and it's between this introverted salaryman and another young man. They both meet in a MMO game. So when they're in the game playing together, I think one is like an avatar, like a bunny avatar, and the other one is like a wolf boy. And then they meet in the game together and they decide to like start talking to each other. Sparks fly. And then both of them don't really have experience in romance. So you have like this gamer couple that you're following in this BL. And then next to that is 365 Days to the Wedding manga series. So if we're going to go along with like the Office manga theme, this is another one of those.
Yeah.
So both of these characters on the front are coworkers in a travel agency in Tokyo. They're both single, and the company is looking for people to go to Siberia, like I guess to work in like an office there, and looking for staff to go there. And like they're the last people that they want that they think that they're trying to married couples are like, oh, they're already established in Tokyo, like we're not going to ask them, so let's like target the single people in the office. So this is like a fake dating type of story where they're like, I don't want to go to Siberia. Let's try out this fake like getting married so that we don't have to go type of story. So you'll have it in this series here. So
I really, really hope they keep this art for the cover because I love the
oh
happy
yeah.
wedding and their faces are so amazing.
They're like they
It's
don't
like
want to do
everything.
this,
Yeah, you can
but
tell
they just
so much by the image, by their faces. It's awesome. Yes. Very cool. Very cool.
Mhm.
So that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you liked it and it was useful to you. As always, we do this every week, so come back. As I mentioned at the beginning, we are not only on YouTube, but we're also on other social media channels. We'll link them in the description below. We'll also leave a link to the announcement for the license titles that G just talked about from Seven Seas. And uh, we always mention real quick that the opinions that we give out our own in no way reflect their opinions of paying around the house, its imprints, and its distribution clients. So thank you again. We hope to see you again. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye, everyone.